Hello friends, I want to speak today about faith and anxiety and what do they have to do with each other. I'm not speaking religious faith here. I'm speaking faith as a simple way of describing when we trust life, we trust in ourselves, we trust in Source or God, we trust in the process. We trust that life will unfold in a way that will always serve us, even though we have the obstacles and the challenges. There's a saying that goes like this, that life is always working for us. And I know it's really hard to embrace that when you have a challenge. And yet, I find that our society is living in such a state of insanity. Another definition of insanity, not the one that Einstein said that if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result, that's a definition of anxiety. I'm going to give an Alex definition of insanity as well, to go with Einstein. The insanity is that we have the power to control life. That's what anxiety basically is this constant need to control the environment, to control the circumstances, to control the outcome, to even control people. That is what it comes from, that state of anxiety. And of course, nobody with anxiety is doing this consciously. And it's what shows up from that state of anxiety, which it's really a state of fear. Anxiety is the physiology of fear. It's the nervous system basically believing that it's in danger, that it's in deep survival, and it needs to control the environment in order to stay alive. It's also a state of the ego, because it's only the ego aspect of us that it's locked in survival. Our higher self is not. Our higher self lives in a complete state of being present, of calm, of balance. So what happened? Why most people, you might be one of them, I used to be one of them, why are most people living in a state of fear and anxiety even when you have plenty of money in the bank, the kids are healthy, everybody's safe, and yet in your body there's this constantly state saying, I am not safe, because that's what a nervous system in a brain, anxiety, it's communicating to each other. So when did we lose trust and learn anxiety? Because anxiety is a protector. We start developing anxiety in childhood usually as a way to protect ourselves, as a way to compensate for the instability inside us. When our environment doesn't feel stable, it feels like it changes all the time. Simply to describe that, if you have a parent like I had that had a very short temper, I never knew what mood he would show up, that's enough to create an imbalance in the environment. And it was enough for me to compensate my nervous energy, because a child cannot really live with that nervous energy. So we develop protectors. So anxiety is a protector. So one thing we do from that place of anxiety is we try to stabilize the external. We try to control life. And how do we do that? We start controlling anything we can. We try to control people, sometimes by manipulating people. We try to control the body, so that's when a lot of teenagers develop eating disorders. There's a number of ways that in childhood we start to create compensatory mechanisms to handle those feelings of instability, because a child cannot live in that state. So we'll create protectors. Anxiety is the protector. It's the protector that helps us to feel stable, to feel safe, and to feel secure. All things that the child needs to feel. Even though our parents love us, they're feeding us, they send us to school. Again, when there's stress around us and it's more than we can handle, we start having that protector. And that's what anxiety is. It's an adaptive mechanism. So we actually need to be grateful for that protector. The problem is any personality, any aspect that we developed as a child to help us to survive is no longer adaptive when we become an adult. Anxiety does not serve us as an adult. We do not need to live in survival in order to be successful. In fact, we are, there's a part of our brain, of course, that is wired for survival. That is natural for us. If we really need to go into survival, like if this building start catching on fire right now, my brain, my body will know exactly what to do to get myself out of the fire. So I don't need to live in survival because that vigilance in my brain is always there. I can say that we are designed to thrive because we nature. Nature seeks situations, the sunlight, water, that nature is designed to thrive. So are we. So the question is, if we're not thriving, what's blocking our way? And anxiety is a big obstacle for thriving because anxiety puts us in survival. And survival is not thriving. Because in a state of survival, we live in a state of protection. And we don't grow, we don't heal, we don't thrive if we are in a state of protection. This is biology. This is proved by scientists. They put a cell in a dish, and if that environment is not healthy, that cell won't thrive. It will go into a state of protection. It won't heal, it won't grow. So if you want to learn more about this, just read The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton. Excellent book on that. So what is the antidote to start healing anxiety? If you follow me, you heard me speaking before, the anxiety is also a state of suppressed emotions. And yes, remember I just spoke a couple minutes ago that when we are overwhelmed in our environment during our childhood, we have a protector that comes in. That protector is anxiety. Anxiety will suppress those emotions like fear, sadness, anger, rage. It will suppress those emotions so we don't get overwhelmed by those emotions. We also can survive because a lot of times if we express those emotions, we get in big trouble, get punished. So we suppress those emotions because we would do anything as a child in order to feel loved, seen, validated, and have a sense of belonging. So we, in a way, we compromise our own authenticity to just fit in. And anxiety is part of the aspect. So to start healing anxiety, first let's talk about the mental aspect. Let's talk about the mindset that needs to come even before emotional healing. The mindset needs to be, number one, by using your free will, you make a decision that you no longer want to live with anxiety. The anxiety does not serve you. I make this point because I had clients in the past who basically told me they did not want to let go anxiety because they associated their success with anxiety. They felt if they let go anxiety, they will no longer have the ability to notice everything that goes on in the environment. In fact, it's the opposite. In anxiety, our focus becomes very narrow because again, a brain anxiety is a brain survival. And when we get out of survival, get out of the anxiety, we actually are able to see more of the periphery. We can see more, we can sense more. Out of the state of anxiety, we actually access our gut feelings, we access the intelligence of the heart, we access our intuition. So we access the three intelligence centers of the body: your brain, your heart, and your gut. So we can see much better when we're not in anxiety. So number one, going to the mindset, you need to be clear and be sincere that you wanted to release the anxiety, that you no longer need the anxiety, that you're ready to learn a new way of living. That's the first part. The second part of the mindset is to adopt trust and faith. Like faith, it's simply believing in the unknown, believing in your ability to navigate the unknown. So the mindset needs to be about giving up the illusion of certainty, because that's another aspect of anxiety. It's this illusion that you're creating certainty, security, and safety. You're not. It's all an illusion because it's based on fear. And you're just having this misperception that you're in control, but you actually are not. The more you try to control externally, simply means the more out of control inside you feel. So you adopt the mindset of letting go anxiety. The second mindset, to learn how to have faith and to trust. Then through mindfulness process, you can learn that. And then there's the emotional healing part, because mindset just gets you through the door. Mindset just gets you through the door of starting the process of healing. Mindset won't heal anything, because mindset is just shifting your thinking, and you can actually have a lot of progress by just shifting your thinking process. You start rewiring your brain, reconditioning your brain with different thoughts. That's a great start. That gets you through the door. Then, as you go deeper, because you made the decision to truly heal your anxiety, you need to start addressing the emotions that are trapped in your body. Going back, not necessarily going back and relieving any childhood trauma. You simply need to access those old emotions, access the anger and give a voice through the anger. Access the grief or sadness and give a voice to the sadness and the grief. Accessing the fear and giving voice to that fear. And how you do that process? You do that process either with a trauma-informed coach like myself or with a therapist. Just make sure whoever you choose to work with is trauma-informed and is going to work with you in a somatic way, because to access these emotions, or in other words, access your unconscious mind, because these programs, these beliefs, these emotions are stored in your unconscious mind, you need to work with somebody that can help you to access that in your body. So it needs to be a somatic process. And the other part is, before you decide who you're going to work with, a side note here, interview, have a session with that person. Come have a session with me and try it. See if you feel safe and if there's compassion that you literally feel in your body. Because our bodies will only heal in a space of safety and compassion, which is the opposite of the situation that created the wounds in the first place and created the anxiety. The anxiety came from a space where we didn't feel safe, we didn't feel heard, we didn't feel seen, so compassion wasn't present. We got wounded in those relationships. So in order to heal, we need to feel safe. We need to feel that there's compassion for ourselves. We need to feel that we are heard and we are seen. So that's how you heal anxiety. You adopt a mindset first, and you sincerely want to live a different way, and then you start the process of letting go the suppressed emotions. So this is why I say anxiety can be such a beautiful gateway. It's trauma data. Anxiety is there to just tell you that you have a lot of suppressed emotions. I describe anxiety as simply the manifestation of all the suppressed emotions, because emotions are energy, and energy needs to move. Energy needs to go somewhere. So if we don't find healthy ways to release those emotions, the energy that is suppressed is going to find ways in reactions, explosive behaviors, irrational behaviors, irrational thinking and stories, overeating, over-exercising, using drugs, using alcohol. Any form of addiction is basically to get us out of that pain. And there's a much better way to heal that pain. It's actually, again, being in a safe and a compassionate environment and not being afraid of your own pain. Because if you're afraid of your pain and you keep suppressing your pain, that creates a lifetime of suffering. In the suffering, there's chronic illness, there's autoimmune diseases, there is cancer, and a constant state of survival. And there is another way. So I'm here to invite you to adopt trusting in life, trusting yourself, trusting your heart, trusting source energy, and giving up anxiety. Then yes, you might feel momentary anxiety, and that's normal. I get anxiety when I travel. I get anxiety before I do public speaking, but that's temporary. That's just a temporary state that passes. Just like we can have temporary sadness, temporary anger, temporary fear, that's all normal. What is not normal is to be in a chronic state of anxiety, and we have accepted that's normal, and it's not. So if you're curious about learning more about what I just shared with you, drop a comment below, contact me directly if you want to have a quick 15-minute phone call and see if I can help with anxiety. I'll be happy to support you. For now, many blessings, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.